A very good morning to everyone present today who look for opportunities even in this turbulent situation to learn and grow. I'm profusely elated in welcoming you all on behalf of IFAT College of Engineering for the 6 days AICTE sponsored short-term training program on Tableau data visualization tool for researchers. Myself, Akshaya, with my dear friend Lima Roslin, have the privilege of being your host today for this program. Prayer is not asking. Prayer is putting oneself in the hands of God and listening to his voice in the depth of our hearts. We'll begin this occasion with an invocation to Mother Tamil.
நீராறும் கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதி எக்கணமும் அதிர் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செய்ய மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே வாழ்த்ததுமே.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let us unleash the potential of data with Tableau. Tableau is the most popular and rapidly growing data visualization tool used in business intelligence industry to develop better insights on data. Your interest in learning this tool is the source of inspiration to us. We're very happy to announce that this program at Tableau is being conducted in 3 different slots. Slot 1 from 27th July to 1st August, second slot from 8th August to 14th August, and third slot from 31st August to 5th September. More than 500 participants have registered for this STTP from various states including Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Mizoram, and Assam. With a very blissful heart, I welcome you all once again. Hospitality is unarguably one of the defining qualities of our college. Our measurable hearts do become immeasurable when guests are around us. Thus, to formally welcome the gathering, I now request Professor P. Kanimori, Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for this short-term training program sponsored by AICTE. I'm very much delighted to welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Hema Gopal, IT strategist and advisor and former Vice President at Tata Consultancy Services. Welcome, ma'am. I would like to welcome our Honorable Chairman, Mr. K.V. Raja, Vice Chairman, Mr. A. Muhammad Elias, and Secretary, Mr. Shivram Alva, to this program. It's my privilege to welcome our respected Principal, Dr. G. Mahendran, and Dean Placement, Professor J. Asha, to this wonderful occasion. My heartfelt welcome to our Vice Principal, Dean Academics, STTP Coordinator, Dr. S. Matilda. I feel happy in extending a warm welcome to the heads of various departments and all faculty members. I also welcome the coordinators of this event, Professor S. Uma Devi and Professor S. Usha Rani. A blissful welcome to all the participants of this training program, and hopefully all may benefit out of this great event. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A presentation is a correlation of hard work and achievement in aesthetic form. Let us now watch the accomplishments of IFAT through a multimedia presentation.
leader becomes great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. With this quote, I consider it a great honor to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Hema Gopal, IT strategist and advisor, former Vice President, Tata Consultancy Services. Having graduated from the meritocratic IIT Madras, she holds a truly breathtaking career with over 35 years of experience. She's also served as the global head, IBM Center of Excellence, Alliance in Technology, catering over 70,000 associates across 45 countries on different business verticals. She has donned various roles in strategy and planning, sales, IT outsourcing, relationship and delivery management, learning and development, technology and excellence, and academic interface. She was conferred with an honorary doctorate by the International Tamil University, USA. She's been awarded as the top women in information technology by DataQuest for 2 consecutive years and has been showcased as a role model in TCS Diversity and Women's Network Initiative. She is a recipient of the Rajiv Gandhi National Quality Award. She's received the Bankers Technology Award from the Financial Times. She's also been showcased as a senior technical women role model in IT by Anita Book Institute, Palo Alto, California. She's a key advisory board member for the ZOS certification program by the prestigious Marist College in the USA. She serves as a member in the Board of Governing Council for more than 49 prestigious institutions, including many IITs. We feel very happy to have such an eminent personality amidst us. I now request our dear chief guest to deliver the inaugural address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, all. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to start with my Tamil prayer. தமிழினிய தெய்வமே, மொழிகள் குலத் தனிவிளக்கே, தகவழில்மை சீர்த்த சொல்லின் அமிழ்து விழைந்தடுத்த பல புலவரெல்லாம் அசையலையை கடைந்த பொழுது அழகின் ஓங்கும் துமியினிடை எழுந்தொளிரும் செல்வி, தூய்மை கமழ் கவிதை உலகுப்படை கவிஞருளம் கனிவிக்கும் காதல் வளர் கன்னி வாழி என்று எல்லாம் அல்ல தமிழ் தெய்வத்தை வணங்கி என்னுடைய உரையை துவக்குகிறேன். Respected chairman, respected other members of the management board of this esteemed college IFET, and respected principal, the deans, and also my dear friend who has been coordinating, Dr. Matilda, and all other well-wishers, and most of all, the dear participants, the faculty from various arts and science and engineering colleges to get the benefit of this 5-day-long program sponsored by AICTE, and the well-wishers, the support people, and also the other dignitaries who are attending this great conference. It gives me great pleasure to be here with all of you, particularly in this era of pandemic that we are going through. I was actually going through a quote that it says that it is not so much that we are asked to change. It is the situation which has been designed for us to change. So I think in this pandemic and in this testing times, I want to congratulate each and every one of the IFET fraternity for having got this AICTE sponsored program in the happening area, because many of the colleges are starting with computer science curriculum with specialization in data science and artificial intelligence. So I think this Tableau data visualization tool, which is going to be taught to each and every one of you over the next few days, is going to be definitely beneficial for each and every one of you. I, for one, having used the data mining and data warehousing tools right from my early days in early 80s and early 90s of my life, I'm really seeing the kind of exploitation of data that it is used either in big data or in other forms of mining and also campaign management. It is going to be really very useful to each and every one of us. And I want to congratulate the Department of Computer Science, and because of whom this conference is made possible. I really want to thank the person who has actually been kind enough to read my short profile. But we always have a very, very long profile, mainly because of the numbers of years. So we tend to write very long profile about ourselves. And I want to thank Madam for being very crisp and then introducing me well to the students, to the faculty. I'm sure you're all going to be students for next few days. I'm very passionate about faculty development mainly because of two reasons. One is that I myself have conducted a number of faculty development programs across various institutions. I might have probably done more than 120 faculty development programs myself, because teaching is a passion for me right from day one of joining my IT world after my master's in computer science from IIT Madras. So right from 1985, and after taking a lot of trips overseas, when I returned back, I always wanted to pass back the knowledge to the freshers. I've been very happy. I remember the happy association with IFET. I came for one of your programs in 2014 or 15, and I really drove down there. I never even dreamt that this time I'm going to be talking to all of you over the Zoom. And I think it is also a change that everyone has to adopt. I just thought that I will divide my speech into two parts. One is that I wanted to talk why we need faculty development programs, because most of you have come with a lot of enthusiasm to attend this program, and why faculty development program is very important for the growth of an institution, growth of an organization, and growth of a country at large. Can you please go to the next slide? Yeah. Okay, this is a very nice slide. I would say that depending upon how the teacher is, whether he is really wanting to be very happy with the students that they have learned everything, or the teacher is not able to explain a concept, or the teacher seems to be overburdening the students, whatever be the reason or the mood of the teacher, I always feel that the teachers are the torchbearers of the future of this world. Without the teachers, without the gurus, I don't think we can ever think of building a society which can be definitely be the superpower in the next years to come. Because I always had a feeling that people think that everything can be got from the Google. My humble opinion is Google cannot replace gurus. And gurus are the most respected people right from our early years of, so many thousands of years. The gurus are most respected. And when the gurus teach the students, whether it is a faculty development program or the faculty to the students, I always have seen that there is a gradual, maturity that has happened from the lower order thinking skills to the higher order thinking skills. We are no more calling, teaching. We are probably calling them as, remembering the things where the guru is saying something, and also understanding what the teacher is saying, and then applying what the teacher is saying to the concepts that can be used in the future, and analyzing the implication of what the concepts have been taught so that you can use it, and also evaluating the concepts under application so that you can actually apply it to similar fields of your research or your area of interest. And then you are probably doing a lot of innovation in terms of creating something for the entire fraternity of learners. Learners need not be youngsters. Learners can be lifelong learning is what we say, and learners can be there forever. So I think what this program is going to give all of you is an eye opener of introducing you to the concepts of Tableau, and then making sure that you're going to learn every part of it. And I just wanted to talk about why there are three broad, can you please go to the next slide? There are three broad overlapping areas of concern in faculty development, because when a faculty joins an institution probably about 10 years back or 15 years back, and the kind of knowledge that they get and the kind of input with which they come, And if they think that they can continue to use the same input, I'm sure they may not be, able to be, teaching the latest or the latest happenings in their fields of excellence. So I think it is also true that if you have to teach a student for an hour in a class, you probably need to prepare for 2 to 3 hours. And we are not talking about just a blackboard teaching. We are talking about technology enabled teaching. You use visual methods, or you use some PowerPoint presentations, or you bring in some models, or you do some simulation of virtual labs. Each one of them is going to instill the knowledge of the receiving participants, whoever may be, whether they are students or the teachers. So faculty development program is a vital activity in organization building and in terms of the institutional building and instructional development, where it is not just the learning of concepts, it is not just the learning of the ideas, it is not just learning of the core things, it is also the way you deliver the teaching learning pedagogy. That is also very important. It is not just the knowledge that you process, it's the way you actually attract the students, you attract the slow learners, you attract the people in such a way that this subject is going to be very, very interesting. I think these are the things which I have seen, because I have always been teaching for the last 30 to 35 years, and still I'm teaching in some of the engineering institutions like Anna University. And it is also for the organizational development, which says that the educational policies can be changed. The process in which the development of people, the skill upgrade of people can be measured, and how they can actually enhance it and apply it to their research and development. They can come up with some entrepreneurship cell. They can come up with center of excellence in this area of data mining, data visualization. They can come up with some kind of, a portal, or they can come up with some kind of a research areas where they can advise students on their projects or their research initiatives. For each and every one of them, the faculty development program becomes a catalyst for them to enable that. Can you go to the next slide, please? So I think just to summarize the sum and substance of what I've been talking, it is required for educators, it is required for scholars, and it is required for professionals. So for everyone, the education and the development of the skill is definitely necessary. It also strengthens the institutions so that they can fulfill the educational mission, particularly when you have to talk to the accrediting authorities like NBA or NAC or whoever. They always look for some innovative ways of teaching, learning, how you have developed your teachers, in what way they have been able to contribute to the educational excellence of the students and the future, future citizens of the world. So this is what they are talking about. As faculty, as learners, they learn and they make it as contagious for the students also to do continuous learning. Can you go to the next slide, please? So what do we do at the end of our faculty development program? I think it is a very, very important message. It is not so much that you do this training on Tableau for 4 days or 5 days. It is so much that you create a community of practice of those people who have attended this training and then share the knowledge from time to time. You can probably use a Google group, or you can have a WhatsApp group. Technology is all pervasive, and you can exchange your ideas so that you really continue to get in touch with each other in terms of doing something new or the other with respect to Tableau. And all of us know that a networked teacher, this is a slide of faculty development that I put at least about 14 years back when I was doing a faculty development program and I had to address the faculty. And this seems to be really true now, because many of the satellite circles that I have shown here in terms of the Twitter, Google, mobile, and also the extracting data from social media, all these things are now becoming reality, mainly because that is how now we are actually adopting to the new wave of the new normal, they say, the new wave of teaching learning. And I'm sure that each one of us are becoming a virtual teacher so that we change the style of delivering a lecture, we change the style of our interaction, and we also need to change the style of our evaluation. So this is what is a networked teacher is all about. So um, coming to the other areas of what this Tableau is all about, I always have felt that whenever we are learning a data warehousing tool, whether it is Informatica or Ab Initio or SAS or whatever, or SBase, it is not so much the tool. Tool is only a vehicle to take you from a source to a target, that you wanted to use the data from multiple sources, whether from a structured source or an unstructured media or from a social media. You wanted to extract it and then put it into a data mart and then visualize it and report it for the need of the customers or your end customers. And that is what it is. So just like you say that I'm so and so, I'm Hema, I come from the village near Mayapuram, and I talk about my legacy. Each and every one of us as teachers should also know how, when we learn something new, whether it is any one of them, Tableau or Informatica or whatever, we should definitely understand a little bit about the origin of it. So the Tableau software was actually, founded in January 2003 by three great people, Christian Chabot, Pat Hanrahan, and Chris Tolte, and from the Mountain View, Palo Alto. And these three persons actually were working in the department of Stanford University, and they were actually starting to visualize a lot of data extraction techniques for exploring and analyzing relational databases and also creating data cubes. The company was started as a commercial outlet, and in 1999 and 2002 it became full-fledged. And Tableau was also producing relational databases, and it was working with online analytical processing cubes, cloud databases, spatial databases, spreadsheets. All are actually getting as input to Tableau tool for us to do a good visualization of the data. And this Tableau company was actually acquired by Salesforce in June 2019. And it became a property of Salesforce because Salesforce thought that they can do much better customer CRM tools, CRM, whether customer prediction or customer combine or whatever, or campaign management. They felt that they can do very well the CRM initiatives using the Tableau software. So what are we going to see? If you actually, I don't think it is anything new from what most of us have learned in our early life. When you do a extract, transformation, and then load, ETL tool. So this is what we are going to do in the Tableau also. We are going to do the data visualization. And that is what is called the sum and substance of this data exploration. And it is the initial step of the data analysis, where users explore a large set of in an unstructured database to uncover the initial patterns and also the characteristics and the point of interest. And then they collaborate it using a tool which can actually report to the end customer. Some of the companies which use Tableau are LinkedIn, Cisco, and many others. And it is really for us to know that whether it is going to be in a banking and financial services industry, that there can be a fraudulent early warning system where you really look at the entire cardholder, multi-million rows of volumes, extract the data, identify the patterns so that you can really find out and report that you have got a fraud which is happening. And you can always devise the patterns in such a way that you can capture the fraud and prevent the fraud. And that is what is the purpose of using this Tableau at large. So there can be a number of case studies. For example, LinkedIn, I saw it as a case study where 90% of the customers have been brought back because of the reporting that has been helpful to the sales folks of LinkedIn to bring down the customer churn at 90% of their probable times. So I think this is something which is amazing for all of you to really look at it and I'm sure that we are not talking about data which is only 100 rows or 200 rows. I think we are talking about data which is actually running to petabytes. I was actually curious to know what is a petabyte it is all about. I think it is 1 million gigabyte, and the 1024 petabyte actually make one exabyte. I think that is the kind of volume of data you are looking at. It is not so much that you're looking at few rows or few hundreds of rows as we are used to in our educational institution. I think when we are looking at a Tableau, we have to think big, look at a large spatial volume, something like a Walmart transactions, or something like a Vodafone or a British Telecom transaction. I think, by and large, by looking at whatever Dr. Matilda Madam has shared with me, the contents and also the agenda, it looks very, very impressive. I'm sure that if I'm like one of you, I'd like to attend it and then get myself certified. I'm very happy to be here to inaugurate this conference, and I'm very thankful to the management of IFET, where I'm actually very much the household name because I'm part of their board of studies. I'm very happy for that. I'm thankful for you to be taking me as part of it. And also I'm very thankful to each and every one of you as participants who are ready to learn something very new for the future. And I'm also happy to see that we have already touched a century, we have already hit century in terms of number of participants. I'm sure that after this inauguration, more and more participants would join and then get the benefit. Once again, I want to thank the chairman and the principal and the department heads and each and every one of you who are listening to me to inaugurate this, and I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
To thank our extraordinary chief guest for her impeccable speech, I would now like to invite our Vice Principal and Dean Academics, Dr. S. Matilda. Passing on to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Akshaya. A very good morning to all. And it's my proud privilege to propose this vote of thanks, not a sort of vote of thanks, it's just exclusively a vote of thanks for Hema ma'am, because they're just starting the function off. So ma'am, I think you have made the job of the others very easy. The other speakers who are to follow, you have made it very easy. And one specialty about Hema ma'am is she's been ever supportive in everything in as far as IFET is concerned. And the moment I asked that, ma'am, could you chair this particular inaugural session, without even battering an eyelid, she told yes. She told, so there are people who tell, no, wait, I'll consult I'll just check my schedule. I'll check what are the work. Nothing like that. Immediately she told, yes, I'll do it. And then, normally it is not typical of chief guests to just ask for details about the function, get the minutest details to the the schedule, entire schedule, to the agenda of the inauguration. Ma'am, I think we have a lot to learn from you. And this first session itself, I think almost we have crossed 50% of the bridge of this particular STTP. So from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of the management of IFET and the entire CSE department, we owe you a lot, ma'am. Thank you so much for inaugurating the function and for this the beautiful address which you have given. I think it is going to stick with us for a lifetime. And one thing I can assure you is the sessions have been taken it has been experts in this field, especially from the industry, have been chosen to continue this actually. So I think as per your request, this entire session will be good, ma'am. And with all your blessings, I think we'll be doing a wonderful job. And next, I'd like to thank all the resource persons for having, in spite of their busy schedule, most of them are from industries and they'll be working from home. And we know how hectic it is going to be working from home. So thank all the resource persons. And I also would like to thank all the special invitees, the principals of various engineering colleges, and advisors from various engineering colleges who are a part of this inaugural session. And at this juncture, I like to thank AICTE, because AICTE has always been supportive with our institution, and we have been a major beneficiary in all fronts. The AICTE funded OPSIM lab was established, and it's a major source of research for all the faculty and students. And there are three, other STTPs happening parallelly along with this, and under the IFT banner. And a conference, which is sponsored again by AICTE, is also to happen on 28th and 29th of August. So I think we have been a major beneficiary of AICTE, and we ensure that we utilize these funds to the best, and also the beneficiaries. One advantage of having this online, that is something good happens during bad times too. So during this, had it not been the regular working time, we could have accommodated only 50 participants. But now, just because things are going online, we could expand it 10 times, and we'll be able to accommodate 500 plus participants, and they will be beneficiaries taking things with them. And I'd be failing my duty if I not thank the management of all the colleges, the principals of all the colleges who have supported us and who have sent their faculty as participants. And last but not the least, I'd also like to thank the IFT management, the R&D department of IFT, and the computer science fraternity for the support and the amount of work they had put into bringing this STTP. I also take this opportunity to congratulate and thank the coordinators of this function, Professor Usha Rani and Uma Devi, who have been the pillar behind this particular STTP. Thank you all so much. And as a closing note, I'd like to tell one thing. Means Hema ma'am has told so much as to why FDP and so many things, but there has been, long lingering, something, nudging me, telling that we as faculty, we are mostly bound to textbooks. And normally we utilize the PPTs which are readily available. And so what happens is we are bound within limits and we do not expand. So such titles, such topics, these are things which are used by the industry. Hema ma'am, if she's able to talk so much, and she's been telling also what the industry is using. The industry today is using this Tableau software, and we are sticking with the old ones. We have to update yourselves. So earnest request to all the faculty, keep abreast of the technology and move out of your textbooks. Technology is moving at a faster pace, and unless we equip ourselves, we will not be able to create a next generation who are more brilliant, who are, brilliant in the sense their grasping capacity is very high, their innovative capacity is high. So we need to tap that generation. For that, we'll have to equip ourselves. And once again, thank you, ma'am, for having supported us and being a pillar of strength for all of us throughout this this pandemic period. And thank you, one and all.
Thank you.